International trade is the exchange of goods and services across national borders. It allows countries to obtain products they do not produce themselves and sell their own specialties to others. This process has been a cornerstone of global economic growth for centuries, connecting distant markets and cultures. By trading internationally, nations can access a wider variety of goods, improve their economies, and foster relationships with other countries. The concept is simple, but the impact is profound, shaping the way societies develop and interact. As we begin our exploration, let's understand how this global exchange works and why it matters. Roots of international trade stretch back thousands of years. Ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans traded goods such as spices, silk, and precious metals. The Silk Road connected Asia and Europe, enabling cultural and economic exchanges. Maritime routes expanded trade further, allowing goods to travel across oceans. These early forms of trade laid the foundation for today's complex global networks. Understanding history helps us appreciate how trade evolved from simple barter systems to sophisticated agreements and regulations. The journey from ancient markets to modern commerce is a fascinating story of innovation and adaptation. Today, international trade is supported by vast networks of transportation, communication, and finance. Cargo ships, airplanes, and trains move goods efficiently across continents. Digital technology enables instant communication between buyers and sellers, while financial systems facilitate payments and currency exchanges. These networks make it possible for products to reach consumers quickly and reliably. The complexity of modern trade requires coordination among governments, businesses, and logistics providers. As we look at these networks, it's clear that international trade is a collaborative effort, relying on innovation and teamwork to keep the world connected. Countries engage in international trade to access resources, technology, and products they cannot produce efficiently themselves. By specializing in what they do best and trading for other goods, nations can maximize their economic potential. This concept, known as comparative advantage, drives global commerce. Trade also allows countries to diversify their markets, reduce risks, and foster innovation. The benefits extend beyond economics, promoting cultural exchange and diplomatic relationships. Understanding why countries trade helps us see the interconnectedness of the world and the mutual gains that arise from cooperation. Comparative advantage is a key principle in international trade. It means that countries should produce goods and services they can create most efficiently, and trade for those they cannot. For example, if one country is better at producing wheat and another excels at making cars, both benefit by trading with each other. This principle encourages specialization, increases productivity, and leads to higher standards of living. By focusing on their strengths, nations can make the most of their resources and talents. Comparative advantage is the engine that drives global trade, making it a win-win for all participants. Trade agreements are formal arrangements between countries that set the rules for exchanging goods and services. These agreements can lower tariffs, remove barriers, and create a stable environment for businesses. Examples include the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, and the European Union's Single Market. Trade agreements promote cooperation, encourage investment, and help resolve disputes. They are essential for smooth international commerce, providing clarity and predictability. As we explore trade agreements, we see how diplomacy and negotiation shape the global marketplace. Tariffs are taxes imposed on imported goods, while barriers include quotas and regulations that restrict trade. Governments use these tools to protect domestic industries, control quality, and generate revenue. However, tariffs and barriers can also lead to trade disputes and higher prices for consumers. Balancing protection and openness is a challenge for policymakers. Understanding tariffs and barriers helps us see the complexities of international trade and the importance of fair and transparent rules. These mechanisms shape the flow of goods and influence global economic relationships. Global supply chains are networks that connect producers, suppliers, and consumers across countries. A single product may involve raw materials from one nation, manufacturing in another, and assembly in a third. These supply chains make goods affordable and accessible, but they also introduce risks like delays and disruptions. Managing global supply chains requires careful planning, coordination, and adaptability. As we look at supply chains, we see how international trade relies on collaboration and innovation to deliver products to the world. Technology plays a vital role in international trade. Advances in transportation, communication, and data management have made global commerce faster and more efficient. Digital platforms connect buyers and sellers, while automation streamlines production and logistics. Technology also enables real-time tracking and secure payments, reducing risks and improving reliability. As technology evolves, it continues to reshape the landscape of international trade, opening new opportunities and challenges. Embracing innovation is essential for staying competitive in the global marketplace. International trade is a powerful driver of economic growth. By opening markets and encouraging competition, trade stimulates innovation, investment, and job creation. Countries that participate in global commerce often experience higher growth rates and improved living standards. Trade also helps spread new ideas and technologies, fostering development and progress. The relationship between trade and growth is complex, influenced by policies, infrastructure, and global trends. Understanding this connection highlights the importance of trade in shaping prosperous societies. International trade brings many benefits, but it also involves risks and challenges. Political instability, natural disasters, and economic fluctuations can disrupt supply chains and markets. Trade disputes and protectionist policies may lead to uncertainty and conflict. Managing these risks requires flexibility, planning, and cooperation among nations. By understanding the challenges, businesses and governments can develop strategies to minimize disruptions and maintain stable trade relationships. Navigating the risks of international trade is an ongoing process, demanding vigilance and adaptability. Trade disputes arise when countries disagree over trade policies, tariffs, or regulations. These conflicts can escalate into trade wars, affecting businesses and consumers worldwide. Resolving disputes often involves negotiation, arbitration, or intervention by international organizations like the World Trade Organization, WTO. Trade disputes highlight the importance of fair rules and transparent processes. By addressing disagreements constructively, nations can maintain healthy trade relationships and avoid costly disruptions. Understanding trade disputes helps us appreciate the delicate balance of global commerce. World Trade Organization, WTO, is an international body that oversees global trade rules and resolves disputes. It provides a platform for negotiation, monitors compliance, and promotes fair competition. The WTO helps ensure that trade flows smoothly and predictably, benefiting all participants. Membership in the WTO is open to countries that agree to follow its rules and principles. The organization plays a crucial role in shaping the global trading system, fostering cooperation and stability. Understanding the WTO's functions helps us see how international trade is governed. International trade can drive development by creating jobs, generating income, and improving infrastructure. Developing countries often rely on exports to fuel growth and reduce poverty. Trade also encourages investment in education, technology, and health, supporting long-term progress. However, development through trade requires supportive policies, access to markets, and capacity building. By promoting inclusive trade, nations can ensure that the benefits reach all segments of society. Trade and development are closely linked, shaping the future of economies worldwide. Trade affects the environment in many ways. The movement of goods can lead to pollution, resource depletion, and habitat loss. However, trade also enables the spread of green technologies and sustainable practices. Balancing economic growth with environmental protection is a major challenge. International agreements and regulations aim to minimize negative impacts and promote sustainability. Understanding the relationship between trade and the environment helps us make informed choices and support responsible commerce. International trade fosters cultural exchange by introducing new products, ideas, and traditions. Food, fashion, music, and art from different countries enrich societies and promote understanding. Trade helps break down barriers, encouraging curiosity and appreciation for diversity. Cultural exchange through trade can lead to innovation and creativity, shaping global trends. As we explore the cultural impact of trade, we see how commerce connects people and builds bridges across borders. Politics play a significant role in international trade. Governments set policies, negotiate agreements, and regulate commerce. Political decisions can influence tariffs, market access, and investment flows. Trade is often used as a tool for diplomacy, strengthening alliances or resolving conflicts. Political stability is essential for reliable trade relationships. Understanding the political dimension of trade helps us see how government actions shape the global economy and affect everyday life. International trade encourages innovation by exposing businesses to new ideas, technologies, and competition. Companies must adapt and improve to succeed in global markets. Trade enables the spread of inventions and best practices, accelerating progress. Innovation is essential for maintaining competitiveness and meeting changing consumer needs. By fostering creativity and collaboration, trade drives technological advancement and economic growth. The link between trade and innovation is a powerful force shaping the future. Trade and investment are closely connected. International trade attracts foreign investment, which supports business expansion and job creation. Investment in infrastructure, technology, and education enhances productivity and competitiveness. Trade agreements often include provisions to protect and encourage investment. By linking trade and investment, countries can achieve sustainable growth and prosperity. Understanding the relationship helps us see how commerce shapes economic opportunity. International trade creates jobs by expanding markets and increasing demand for goods and services. Export industries often provide high-quality employment and support local economies. However, trade can also lead to job losses in sectors that face increased competition. Managing the impact of trade on employment requires policies that support workers and encourage adaptation. By understanding the relationship between trade and jobs, we can promote inclusive growth and ensure that benefits are widely shared. Consumers benefit from international trade through access to a wider variety of products, lower prices, and improved quality. Trade enables choice and competition, encouraging businesses to innovate and offer better value. Imported goods can complement domestic products, enhancing lifestyles and meeting diverse needs. Understanding how trade affects consumers helps us appreciate the advantages of global commerce and the importance of fair and transparent markets. Small businesses can participate in international trade by exporting products, importing materials, or collaborating with foreign partners. Trade opens new markets and growth opportunities, but it also presents challenges like competition and regulatory compliance. Supportive policies and access to information help small businesses succeed in global commerce. By empowering entrepreneurs, trade contributes to economic diversity and resilience. Understanding the role of small businesses in trade highlights the importance of inclusivity and innovation. Logistics is the backbone of international trade, ensuring that goods move efficiently from producers to consumers. Transportation, warehousing, and inventory management are critical components. Advances in logistics technology have improved speed, reliability, and cost-effectiveness. Efficient logistics support global supply chains and enable businesses to meet customer demands. Understanding logistics helps us appreciate the complexity of international trade and the importance of coordination and innovation. Finance is essential for international trade, enabling payments, currency exchanges, and risk management. Banks, credit agencies, and financial institutions provide services that support global commerce. Trade finance helps businesses manage cash flow, reduce risks, and access new markets. Understanding the financial aspects of trade highlights the importance of trust, transparency, and innovation in building successful relationships. Regulation shapes international trade by setting standards, ensuring quality, and protecting consumers. Governments and international bodies develop rules to promote fair competition and prevent fraud. Regulations can include safety requirements, environmental standards, and labeling laws. Compliance with regulations is essential for accessing global markets and maintaining trust. Understanding the role of regulation helps us see how trade is governed and why transparency matters. Security is a key concern in international trade. Protecting goods, data, and financial transactions from theft, fraud, and cyber threats is essential. Governments and businesses invest in security measures to ensure safe and reliable commerce. International cooperation helps address security challenges and build trust among trading partners. Understanding the importance of security highlights the need for vigilance and collaboration in global trade. Sustainability is increasingly important in international trade. Businesses and governments are adopting practices that minimize environmental impact and promote social responsibility. Sustainable trade includes using renewable resources, reducing waste, and supporting fair labor practices. International agreements encourage sustainability and set standards for responsible commerce. Understanding sustainability in trade helps us make choices that benefit people and the planet. Digital economy is transforming international trade. E-commerce platforms, digital payments, and online marketplaces enable businesses to reach global customers. Technology reduces barriers and increases efficiency, making trade more accessible. The digital economy also introduces new challenges such as cybersecurity and data privacy. Understanding the impact of digital technology helps us see how trade is evolving and what opportunities lie ahead. International trade is constantly evolving, shaped by technological advances, changing consumer preferences, and global events. Future trends include increased automation, sustainable practices, and new trade agreements. Businesses must adapt to stay competitive and seize opportunities. Monitoring trends helps governments and companies anticipate challenges and plan for the future. As we look ahead, international trade will continue to drive innovation and connect the world. International trade is a dynamic and complex system that connects countries, businesses, and consumers. It drives economic growth, fosters innovation, and promotes cultural exchange. While trade brings many benefits, it also presents challenges that require careful management and cooperation. As global commerce evolves, understanding its principles and impacts is essential for making informed decisions. The future of international trade will be shaped by technology, sustainability, and collaboration. By embracing these trends, nations can build a prosperous and interconnected world.